Welcome, Scorpio. We're doing an energy reading for you today. It is a general reading, so it's trust yourself, what resonates, leave what does not. It is a timeless reading, so whenever you're watching, it is the most perfect time for you, and it's wherever Scorpio is aspected in your birth chart, sun, moon, rising sign. And if you're cross-watching, big welcome. Let's dive in. So first up, Scorpio, let's pull you a central energy, which is around a key strength or a power you need to step into at this time. You've pulled purification. Now there's a waterfall there, so it represents a need to cleanse your energy. Now it could be the emotional waters, it could be things you're saying to yourself, it could be the past, it could be the physical body that needs a cleanse and a detox. Let's have a look at 4 key areas of focus for your reading, and then we'll pull your light to clarify it. Oh, you pull purification on top of purification. You're on notice, Scorpio. So when we pull this, it's almost like, you know, when you have that feeling like you're traveling along and you've been, like if we give you a quick example, if it's around health and wellness and you're wanting to do a bit of a fitness kick, or you're just feeling sluggish, or you're feeling a bit overweight and uncomfortable in your clothing, and it's like, you know, for a while you've been wanting to make a change, Spirit's saying now is the time. If you're feeling a little bit like down in the dumps and not your usual self, then there's an emotional cleanse that needs to happen. Okay, some of you need to do some forgiveness practices and release things from the past. Forgive people and situations. That's so you can find some inner peace. So some of you are still holding on to some old wounding. And it's time to heal chaos in your life. There's a tornado going off there, but it's surrounded by butterflies. So it's wherever you're feeling out of sorts the most, unbalanced, ungrounded, it affects your emotional waters in some way. Let's pull you some guidance from Spirit. Okay. You've got the visionary. So the whole purpose of this is to open up that third eye chakra, allow you to see things clearly, the ability to trust yourself more. And you got the medicine woman, which is I heal, nurture, and nourish myself on all levels, mind, body, soul. So there could be some physical healing going on, emotional healing going on. And you've got the sun goddess, which is after that, you're going to feel like lift off, like a big weight's being lifted, like you're ready for anything. It's going to allow you to feel more in touch with life, to feel joy. And you've got the mother of the sea, which is she's releasing pearls out of her hand. So tapping into your creative flow. Let's pull you some clarifiers. Firstly, having a look at this second message here, you need to cleanse your energy. It's going to open up your third eye chakra, your intuition. Okay, for some of you, it's directly related to love relationships, how you feel about love, opening up to love. And Spirit's saying you'll have victory in this situation. So it could even be the whole aspect of how you feel about love relationships, particularly if you feel stuck and bound. Spirit's saying you're tying yourself in knots. Some of you need to be able to express yourself better in love relationships, improve your communication when it comes to love, asking for your needs to be met, being vulnerable with people. Let's have a look at forgiveness here. Okay, Spirit's saying you really do need to take action on that. There's situations you need to let go of, release yourself from. And you regularly need time for rest and relaxation, time for self-care. He's in meditative pose there, so doing things that really allow you to switch off and create balance within yourself. And put you in high vibration, which is the crown chakra. So practices that help you elevate out of lower chakras, lower vibrational energy. Let's have a look at you finding inner peace, which is healing, nurturing, nourishing self on all levels. Okay. Some of you are indecisive or at a bit of a crossroads, possibly confused. 2 pathways to take. Yeah, here you are. There's quite a few attachments, Scorpio, you need to release. And Spirit's saying the only way you're going to do that is if you take the mask off and see where you're holding yourself stuck, which means we stop blaming other people for our life situations. We stop blaming other people for negative life experiences. We've got to really look at self and go, okay, so even if things happen to you that were outside of your control, it's you that's holding yourself stuck, which means you're either recycling constantly through those experiences and playing a victim in your own life or blaming others or just not moving forward and letting them go. Where are you holding yourself stuck? Sometimes that can be hard to hear. It's directly around you living in the present moment. Some of you just need to close the door on the past and make a conscious choice to let it be. Love and appreciate yourself in the present moment. Let's have a look at this indecision. Yeah, it's directly related to opening up the door to love. Let's have a look at the attachment. Oh, you're holding yourself back from happiness and joy. You are literally holding yourself back from everything you want. Cornucopia is success on every level. Abundance, joy, love, happiness. Let's have a look at liftoff here. Okay. We're saying taking a trip might be really good for you. Some of you possibly planning a trip, wanting to travel. And again, Spirit saying everything's trying to bring you into balance between yin and yang energy. Taking action, resting. Masculine, feminine energy. And you've got the daughter spirit opening. So some of you are opening up more to your spiritual side. Let's have a look at you healing chaos in your life. Okay, Spirit's saying you need to be very practical. So out of the emotional waters, very balanced on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, there's certainly areas in your life where you're feeling in a state of lack. Things haven't gone your own way. And again, Spirit's saying you need to bring yourself into balance emotionally. And that is going to take, even the physical body, it's going to take some time. You need to have patience. Let's have a look at this lack. Okay. Spirit's saying there's no need for it. You can open any door you want. It's up to you to be open to new experiences and possibilities. You're just going to need to dive into your bucket of strength, darlings, and stand in your strength and be confident enough, even in vulnerability, to open up to new experiences. Let's have a look at you tapping into creative flow. Yeah, Spirit's saying there's something you need to walk away from in order to open up your creative flow. So you're doing something that doesn't bring you joy when it comes to your work. Oh, there's certainly anxiety going on around it. And you got man holding a coin. So guys, this can represent somebody that is bringing you an offer, wants to invest in you, possibly feeling like it's certainly a focus on financial security and stability. Some of you, it's a physical person. You're worrying about somebody else's opinion. Let's have a look at the anxiety. Yeah, it's around financial constraints. So you may possibly be wanting to do something that's creative. Oh, it's a big storm coming again. I don't know if you're doing something creative already and it's not bringing you the money that you need, or you want to do something creative but you're worrying about whether or not it's going to bring you in enough money to support you financially. Spirit saying there's something within self you just need to trust, which is your heart to guide you. Still need a practical plan. Let's pull you some more guidance from the ancient soul tribes. Let's have a look at this message you need to cleanse your energy. Speak your truth. Some of you, it's around how you feel about love, opening up your intuition. Spirit is saying whatever you want, you're going to have to be bold and go after it. And stay really focused one step at a time. Hold a clear vision for what you want and regularly get yourself outside in nature to release stress, balance and ground your energy. There's a big need to focus on self-care, loving yourself, boosting yourself up. Okay. This is directly related to forgiveness. Spirit's saying you've got undying love here. There's certainly someone here or a situation you lost in. You lost a marriage, you lost a relationship, you lost someone. And Spirit's saying you didn't waste your time in that connection, but you've got to let it go. It's time to let it go. You've got to tap into your energy levels and emotions and really focus on bringing in balance right now. Let's have a look at you finding inner peace, which is healing and nourishing self on all levels. Some of you definitely confused about opening up the door to love. Spirit's saying there's attachments that you're holding yourself back from all your joy and happiness, abundance. You need to release, and you just need to live in the present moment. Spirit's saying there's a true love here if you want it. There's a love of a lifetime here if you want it. It's part of your cornucopia. You've also got Sedna infinite supply. This is a guarantee from the universe that what you want is there. You just got to open up to it. Material needs, emotional needs, it's going to be met for today and all of your tomorrows. Some of you are completely blocking your flow to that. You've got a past life, karmic contract or imprint playing out here that you need to release yourself from. It's almost like a feeling of hopelessness that you're never going to get what you want, or you're so stuck in the past that you can't see your way forward and live in the present moment. So there needs to be some mindfulness practices, possibly some counseling you need to do to release yourself from the past, to stop recycling through old stuff. Let's have a look at this side where Spirit's saying everything wants to transform for you, but you need to be in balance. And there's something around your career that you want to walk away from or isn't serving you right now when it comes to money. Okay. Possibly feeling increasingly sensitive and vulnerable right now. So there's a need for you to manage that sensitivity. Doing things that are creative or artistic would help in your time off. And Spirit's saying it is the perfect time to kick off new things in your life if you wanted to that are creative. All right, let's put you some healing messages. Okay. You've got compassion here, and I think really, darlings, you've got to be compassionate with yourself. You may also need to apply compassion to past situations. How do we do that? Well, we've got to recognize that when somebody doesn't show up in a great way, they've often been imprinted on by the experiences they've gone through in life and also their caregivers growing up. Everybody's imprinted on by their caregivers. Doesn't matter who you are, in a positive or negative way or both. They get imprinted on by their grandparents and their parents before them, and it goes all the way up the line. It comes all the way back down to you. So sometimes to make peace with a situation, you need to realize that, for example, if we're talking about you went through a difficult time in childhood, well, then you need to recognize the wounding your parents both went through on both sides of their family. What were they subjected to that made them how they were in terms of how they relate to you, how they relate to each other, how they show up in life? You've got to recognize there's a lot of people walking around with a lot of wounding that they never asked for. So when we can have compassion for that, even those people where you feel like there's nothing that can help them, they've gone through trauma, or sometimes you can inherit certain traits. It doesn't help them at all. When we can have compassion for that, then we can recognize that the wounding we're carrying was never ours to carry, so we can forgive them for that. Doesn't mean we forget, but we can release ourselves from that situation and that wounding. There's some deep old wounding here, darling. Spirit saying you need to let go of. Sometimes you can carry that wounding around like a badge of honor, like this is what I've been through. Don't do that, because then you make the wounding and past experiences your life story. Don't do that to yourself. It's not your life story. You can change your life story in an instant. Again, Spirit saying those of you that need to do forgiveness practices, you might want to go out in nature and do it when you're open up to the universe. You'd have a talk to your angels and spirit guides. You might want to release some energy, some emotions out there safely in nature. And you're going to have to be very flexible and patient with the timing of things in your life, particularly blessings that want to happen for you, because basically Spirit's saying they're waiting for you to clear energy so they can bring in what you need. And there is a focus on the physical body here. So some of you definitely possibly doing a bit of a detox health kick. Some guidance directly from your spiritual team. Oh, Spirit's saying you need to be vigilant, because if you don't, darlings, you're going to slide into this woe is me story. It's directly related to you cleansing your energy. You also need to be vigilant around your finances and be practical around your finances, because you've got need and necessity there. So don't be impulsive with your money. Have a budget, stick to your budget. And here the ancient ones, your angels and spirit guides, are communicating with you the whole time. So they're trying to send you messages. All right, let's pull you a healing message around what you need to work on right now. Okay. Spirit is again saying, my loves, there is a beautiful soulmate for you here. You just need to believe in it. You pulled true love here. There is a divine union meant for you in this lifetime. Very loving and supportive. So possibly the healing you need to do is around soulmates, love connections, but part of it is also around childhood wounding, how experiences you've gone through. Any other guidance there? Okay. You've got alliance, which is super interesting. We got the Native American Indian spirit guides coming through here. So it's also a recognition of family and tribe. Now, sometimes our soul family is not the biological family. It's also, now if we put alliance with a soulmate, this soulmate that's coming through is deeply connected to you through a different soul tribe. It's a soul tribe you've been in before in a past life. It's up to you whether or not you want to call that soulmate in. Yeah, here we go. Spirit's asking you, where are you overreacting in your life? Where are you making things bigger than Ben-Hur based on triggering? So what happens with triggering is that we're not actually, the depth of feeling is not actually associated with the now. Part of it will be. But the more reactive you are means that there's things laying underneath it from the past that just remind you of this current experience, which makes it feel worse than what it actually is. Spirit's asking you, where are you overreacting to situations based on stuff you haven't released that's triggering old wounding? Because once we can get rid of that old wounding that's laying underneath it, we become less reactive to situations. Oh, Scorpio, darlings, you need a big energy cleanse. You need to be very kind to yourself right now. Let's pull you some guidance from your animal spirit guides. Oh, you've got the eagle spirit. Spirit's got your back right now. They're trying to show you where you need to release energy so you can have more joy, blessings in your life. And the wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. Instead of looking at those experiences and keep recycling through them, what do you need to take away from them? What is the key takeaway? What was it trying to show you about yourself, or something that you needed to release that doesn't serve you any longer? What did you need to learn from it? And the giraffe spirit, you need to see the big picture. You're not seeing it clearly, which means we've got to take accountability for self in some ways. And the badger spirit, it's time for you to be fearless and bold and go after what it is you want. So it may have made you tentative in life, shrunk away from life versus totally embracing it. All right, those are your messages. Take it easy. And for now, much love, much light. Namaste.